And now for something completely different. So we stopped by Jim Bennet's place to check on the progress of the Dart here. And he's still waiting on some odds and ends. But he's got the engine bay cleaned up nice, and he still has to change the wiring harnesses and whatnot. But we should have this back in our hands within the next week or so. It's moving ahead. But he's got a lot of projects. He's got a lot of cool cars. And he's got one inside that we absolutely have to, you know, get into a little bit here. I was never a Monkees fan until about 20 years ago. I remember the TV show when I was a kid and all of that. But I used to have a coffee house. I had to get out of the car thing for a while, so I got into motorcycles and I opened a coffee house. And it wasn't like a Starbucks type of coffee house. It was more of a European type. It's like a non-alcoholic bar. We weren't even open during the day. We'd open at 6 o'clock at night. So what I found was we had a playlist that consisted mostly of classic rock, punk, alternative, new wave, that sort of stuff. Everything kind of on a higher energy level, right? And I noticed when certain bands, certain songs would come on, right? The right people, you know, meaning like people who have like the right vibe for the place, the right energy, they get all perked up. Some of them would like start singing along and everything. And like the ones with the wrong energy, they would kind of like, you know, right? So over time I realized that the Monkees seem to have this effect on people. Something from the Monkees would come on the sound system and people get all perked up, and like other ones would just kind of like slink off. So I made a CD, I burned a CD, right, that I labeled "In Case of Social Emergency," and I left it on the CD player. So this way, whoever was working that night, if the mood of the place went bad, or you know, if the wrong element came in and the vibe dropped, they threw the best of the Monkees in. And it would clear the place out, you know. The bad elements would leave, the good elements would stay, the energy would come back up, and we were all back to normal. So what Jim is building over here is a replica of the Monkees mobile. So back in the 60s, TV shows as one of the gimmicks had a custom car, right? It started with the Cookie's Tea on Sunset Strip, and you had the Tommy Ivo tea bucket, My Little Margie. Then you had like the Munsters coach and the Dragula, and some of the bands had cars like Paul Revere and the Raiders had the Stagecoach thing with the engine and transmission in a separate, like, you know, like a horse, and lots of them. There was the Green Hornet, the Batmobile, and then the Monkees. Of course, the Monkees had to have the Monkee Mobile. Jim's building a replica of the Monkee Mobile. Let's go check this thing out. Jim, what we got going on here?
Hey, Tony. Well, this is the one you know about.
I know, the Monkees Mobile.
Yes, it's my Monkees car. It's kind of a slow process, but we made it quite a long ways. Just on the chassis alone, getting the motor and everything in it.
So wait, stop. What's the background of this? Why are you building a Monkees Mobile? Wait, before you even do that, there's a model of the car.
Yeah.
People don't, the younger crowd never even heard of the Monkees.
Right.
Much less know what we're talking about as far as the car goes.
Right.
So here, so this right here, this is a Monkees Mobile.
It's based on a '67 GTO. I was a huge Monkees fan when I was a kid.
Okay.
I would run home from school to watch the Monkees. Well, you know that I watch Marketplace all the time, getting cars and trading cars and doing this and doing that. I saw a Monkees mobile for sale in New York and had to have it. So went to New York and got it. It was less than what I expected, which is about par for the course.
You mean it didn't look like this?
No, didn't quite look like that. This here is the body that was on it. It is a true 242 GTO, 67 GTO, but pretty rusty.
So wait, before we actually get into what you're doing with the car,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, come back over here. Explain the different modifications. What exactly we're looking at here?
It's a GTO. However, it's got a lot of different body panels on it, which are all fiberglass. I have all of those. I also found the man that made these kits that can still manufacture all the special bits for the car, the radiator cover, the hood ornament, the blower belt. The blower is not actually real. Both cars, the original cars, the blower was not real. It just sat over the top of the carburetor on the intake, and these intake tubes right here was how it got air.
Oh yeah, you see this? Okay.
The trumpet exhaust. The trumpet exhaust is being made for me. The wing windows. It's got special taillights. The headlights are from Europe, from a Peugeot, I believe. And the gentleman's putting all that together for me, getting it all welded, polished, and everything. So that'll be here very shortly.
Now, the original, this was Dean Jeffries.
Dean Jeffries, correct.
People
Everybody
think it was
thinks
George
it's
Barris,
Barris.
right?
It's not. It's Dean Jeffries, and that's something that I'm sure you'll get a lot of that. Oh no, it was George Barris. But no, it was not.
No, I know it was definitely...
He's got one. He bought one and restored it and says it's his.
One of the two original cars?
Yes, but it's not his.
Okay.
So we're, you know, from time to time I get a little money ahead and I'll buy some parts and we'll start putting it together. The main thing I wanted to do was the chassis, get it all done, nice, clean, new, everything is new.
Let me put this.
If it's not something that I can find, I'll restore it. But right now we're dealing with a lot of cool parts. I found a motor and transmission in another car, went and heard it run, bought the motor and transmission from them. It's a 400.
400?
Yep, 400 with a turbo 400. It was a drum brake car originally. I converted it to disc brakes. Also doing coilover shocks, and I put different upper and lower control arms in it. So, but basically it's all stock. I just wanted the car to be a little more drivable.
Okay.
You know, because I will drive this car.
You have to cruise the
I have
Monkee
to cruise this car. So very shortly the chassis will be all done. I'll get it out of here so it doesn't get dirty, and then we go to town on this.
So what exactly are you going to do to the body of this car?
Well, first I'm going to get a hold of Ames Performance and probably buy every single piece of sheet metal they make.
Okay.
Because it was a rusty car to begin with, but the windshield already has, because there's a special rake, a special rear rake for the windshield. That's already been done and mounted in place. You can see the back's all cut out because it has, it's very, very Spartan interior. It's a GTO dash, non-modified dash, GTO bucket seats in the front, another set of bucket seats right here, and then a couch, like a boat couch back here.
Okay. I'm surprised they started with an actual GTO instead of doing it with a station wagon. But then again, those cars were a dime a dozen.
They were a dime a dozen.
So
I mean, Dean Jeffrey built the original two cars in like 60 days. I mean, just crazy. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's, you know, a lot of people are like, oh no, you'll never do it, you'll never do it. Well, I'm going to do it.
No, I believe
I'm going to do it. You know, we do a lot of crazy things around here, and this is one that I want to really get going. And in the very near future, there'll be a lot more for you to look at once we get the body.
Now I know you've got the body, the main glass parts, the nose and all of that.
Yes, I can point them out to you.
That's okay. Well, yeah. All right. Come, try not to trip and kill yourself, Uncle Kathy.
That's the nose, and the quarters are there, and then there's door skins. It all basically bonds the car. Car has no glass except for the windshield.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about window regulators, nothing. The interior is tuck and roll, either white or tan. I haven't decided on that yet.
Now, if somebody wanted to build their own Monkee mobile, because I know right now there's countless people out there saying, I need a Monkee mobile.
Yeah.
Where can they get these pieces?
They can't.
They can't.
They can't.
Where'd you get them?
I bought them in New York on this car.
Oh, okay.
And there were 2 original TV cars, and then 8 kits were manufactured. Don't know exactly when the kits were made.
Okay.
But this is number 5 of 8. And when I got it, it was an incomplete kit. None of the stainless steel, none of the chrome, none of the special Monkee bits, other than the fiberglass body.
Okay.
Well, tracked them down, found the guy that originally made these kits, and he agreed to make me another set. So we're getting that done. I should have those shortly. When those come, you'll have to come and take a look at it, because it's all highly polished stainless steel.
Oh, I can't wait to see this stuff. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be back as you make a little more progress on it.
Yep.
So, what's your favorite Monkee song?
Well, I like Last Train to Clarksville, of course, because we're in Tennessee.
Of course, Clarksville's right up the street over here.
Valerie was a great song. That was a rocker. They were
Can
kind
you
of a
sing
rocker.
some of that?
No. No.
Well, then tell them that you see tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.